everybody? Welcome again to another vlog, and this time I'm gonna talk about some travel tips. There's been some travel tag going around with a lot of bloggers. You know, they do their own videos, then they tag another creator from YouTube. So this time I was tagged by another blogger called Somborn. He has an awesome YouTube channel, which I'm gonna link in the description, and you guys definitely check him out. If you guys love my New Year travel vlogs, you're definitely gonna love his because he's really awesome. So we're gonna walk around and I'm gonna answer some questions that he tagged me so you guys can see. So as you guys seen in a lot of my vlogs, I'm here in the Greenwich Village by the Washington Square Park. See my background. And it's pretty quiet today. Like, I don't know why, you know. Maybe because it's the winter time, it's getting close and it's cold, you don't see too many people. But today is not as cold as it used to be like other days, so. But it's still awesome to come here, and I think this is the perfect place for me to stop by and answer some questions about travel tips, about New York City. So stay tuned. Okay, so I had to sit down and relax, and I'm gonna answer the questions. There's a couple of questions, so I had to write it down here in the paper. So I'm gonna be reading the question, and I'm gonna be answering the questions since Somborn tagged me, and for all the viewers who are watching me, so you can get some answers right here. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the first question. How many countries have you been? Okay, so I've been, since growing up, technically I've been to 2 countries, which is Thailand and the Philippines. Then, I don't know if this counts, but when I was like a little kid, I've been to Germany, but I was born there, so I was like a little kid. When I was around 2 years, that's when I went to the United States, so I really don't remember much, so I don't know if that counts like a country that I've been, but like I say, since I've grown up, I've been to 2 countries, Thailand and the Philippines. So they're technically awesome countries, and I recommend that you guys go and visit those countries. So question number 2. What's your scariest travel experience? Well, I'm trying to remember, and I never had any scary travel experience. Maybe because I was with locals around, and I was going all around the city to show me around, so I felt safe. I didn't feel no fear, and it's a new experience. It's really awesome to go, you know, explore new places. Question number 3. What is the travel accessory you always bring? Well, definitely I bring my camera, so that way I can take pictures and keep it for memory, take videos, of course my cell phone, and the basic stuff like your luggage, souvenirs, clothes, everything, you know, pretty basic stuff. So the other question is, which country that you've been to has the best food? Pretty interesting. Like, I've been to Thailand, they have awesome food there. Sorry about the dog. I really apologize for the dog there barking. I've been to the Philippines and they have awesome food. Then I've been Puerto Rico. Well, actually, I grew up in Puerto Rico, and it's like part of the United States territory. And I don't know if it's because I'm from there. That's the best food that I had so far, like Puerto Rican food, rice and beans, mofongo, all of that. But yeah, I don't know if that counts because I'm from there, but if I'm gonna say like a foreign country, the best food I had, I think it's the Filipino food, where they have lechon, they have sisig, pork adobo, and a lot of food I can relate because it's usually like Spanish colony, so it's been colonized by Spain back then, so a lot of food that they eat is pretty similar to the foods that I eat. Okay, so I'm gonna go to question number 5. What's your most memorable travel experience? Well, I think the most memorable travel experience is the first time I went to Thailand. I mean, I only been there once, and I've been to the Philippines twice. But why does it make it like memorable? Because that's the first time I travel outside the United States territory. That's the first time I travel overseas, and I get to see a country really different from the culture that I was raised. So going there is beautiful. Like, you see the temples, different cultures. I mean, you know, I had a little bit of language barrier because a lot of people there, they don't speak English and I don't speak no word of Thai, but it was pretty awesome, and I felt pretty welcome there because people were friendly. Don't get me wrong, I love the Philippines too, and the people are friendly there, but yeah, Thailand, I think that was the memory to keep in my history. Okay, so I'm going to question number 6. Best item purchased abroad. I normally don't buy like special things. Like, what I buy is normally basic stuff like t-shirts with the name of the country or any tourist destination in that country. I'll probably also bring some snacks with me if they let me bring it. Nothing crazy, you know, just the basic stuff. So let's go to the next question. What's your favorite place in your country? In your country, well, I grew up in Puerto Rico, which is not independent and it's technically part of the United States. So if you're referring to Puerto Rico, I think the best place over there that I like is Rincon. It's a small town in the west coast of Puerto Rico. It's peaceful, it's quiet, then they got like big waves, they got like a boardwalk where you can walk, a lighthouse, a good ambience, good food. I think that's one of my favorite spots in Puerto Rico. Okay, so I'm gonna go to another question. And this is a really important question because it says, I'm right here, it says, what do you love and hate about New York City? Well, you guys know I'm in New York City and I shoot a lot. Most of my blogs I shoot in New York City. So I'm gonna start with what I love in New York City. What I love in New York City is the fact that it's a melting pot. That no matter where you go, there's like a mix of cultures, races, all backgrounds, all together. I like the fact that also if you wanna try different types of foods, you name it, they got it. All type of food, Indian, Pakistani, Asian, Chinese, Spanish, anything it comes up to your mind, Russian, you name it, they got it. Another thing I like in New York City is that it's fun, there's always something to do. Like, you don't even need a plan, you just go take the subway, get off and stop, walk around, and there's something interesting going on. Like they have decorations, some music, anything you can imagine. So, like Ricky Somborn said in one of his blogs, like if you guys get bored in New York City, then it's your fault. You're doing something that's not right. So now I'm gonna go with what do I hate about New York City. Pretty interesting. What I hate about New York City is that it could be a little pricey. Don't get me wrong, they got some things that are cheap, but a lot of things here is pretty expensive, like food, the rent. Another thing I don't like is, which you normally don't see on TV, is that in some parts it's not really too clean. The subway system, even though it takes you everywhere you want to go for $2.75, it's not that clean. It gets delayed. Sometimes you might see some homeless around, which I don't judge them, but you know, and sometimes it might be in the nighttime. Depends where you're going. Not everywhere. It could be a little dangerous. Depends if you use common sense. So I think that's what I hate in New York City. So let me read the other question. What's your advice for those who want to travel but can't? My advice for those people who want to travel but they can't is make it happen, you know, make it possible. Not sure if you can afford it, but try to plan for it, you know, plan for it ahead of time, a year, 2 years, save money. And now we got technology, go to Google, investigate about the place you want to go, learn about it, you know, find some good deals. I mean, there might be some places that are expensive, but there might be places that are cheap. Like I highly recommend that you guys go to Southeast Asia. You can do so much for a reasonable price. Like Philippines is a beautiful country and I love it. So if you guys are planning to travel, try to make it possible. You know, life is short, tomorrow's never promised. You never know what's gonna happen. So I advise you that you guys make it possible, plan ahead, save money, do your research, and make your dream come true. So I'm going on to the next question. What's your most awkward travel experience? I think the most awkward travel experience was when I went to Thailand. When I went to Thailand, it was the first time I was in the country overseas. So I was trying to take a taxi from my hotel to the downtown area of Bangkok. And then I was putting my luggage in the back of the trunk of the taxi. And then I tried to close the trunk, and by accident, I slammed it really hard. So I don't know if I was offending the taxi driver because, you know, it's not my country. I don't know, you know, it could be a different culture for me. So they might be more polite for me. So I think that was like the most awkward travel experience. You know, nothing so serious, but yeah, it could be affected by other people from other cultures. So that was the most awkward experience I had in another country. So the next question is, what is your favorite place that you have traveled? I could say the favorite place that I traveled was a church called Simala in Cebu in Philippines. It took me forever to go there. Like I had to take a bus about 3 hours to a ferry. Then I took a ferry another half an hour. Then I took another bus another 3 hours to get to that church. I mean, I stayed overnight in one of the hotels over there, and then the next day I went to this church. I mean, it was a long trip, but it was pretty worth it. Like I got to see this beautiful church. You know, I asked for blessings and stuff. And you know, that's the beautiful thing about traveling, getting lost, doing a lot of adventures, you know, something different from what you're used to doing. So the other question that I have here in my paper is, where would you like to travel the most? Well, I got a lot of countries that I want to travel, and I can make it possible. But if I were to say like my top destinations, I would like to travel to Malaysia, like Kuala Lumpur, Penang, Bali, Indonesia. I would like to travel to Spain, London. Those could be my top destinations. Because, I don't know, it sounds like pretty cool to go there. So those are like my top destinations that I want to travel. And last, the 13th question, last but not least, is do you speak any foreign language? Well, fortunately, I only speak 2 languages, which is English and Spanish. Pues sí, es el otro idioma extranjero que yo hablo, el español. Como yo me crié en Puerto Rico, pues allí fue que yo aprendí el idioma del español. But I would like to learn a third language, maybe Portuguese, even though I don't speak it. If I read it, I understand a little bit. Or maybe a foreign language. Maybe I can learn Tagalog, which is from the Philippines. You know, nothing is impossible, so I'll do my best to learn any other language. So those were some of the answers for the questions that I was asked in the travel tag. And I want to give a big shout out and thanks to Ricky Somborn for making me part of this, travel tag. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. For those who are new, I invite you to hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. And I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Peace.